morning, guys. I am up at the butt crack of dawn, actually well before dawn. Actually, I like this time of day, either dawn or dusk, where you just have that soft natural light everywhere. Sun's a good half hour from coming up. But I'm up this early because I got a first appointment here at U-Haul, getting a hitch, put on the car, find a car, truck, whatever you want to call it, Kia Soul, because I'm getting ready for this new motorcycle trip, and I'm going to be using one of these guys right here for the first time. And I'll tell you what, I think it's going to make things a lot easier and a lot more fun for this particular coming trip. Yep, I'm using a trailer. This is one of those trips where it makes sense. Number one, I'm going to be basically having a home base. I don't need to carry everything with me because this is the first trip I'm doing where it's not point to point. I don't have to not have anything with me at any given time. I probably won't even need to have the trunk on the bike for most of the trip, most of the places I go. So I'm looking forward to this. So this particular spot, this physical spot, is one of the very first that I ever set foot here in Florida. Moved down almost 20 years ago now. That seems hard to believe. Time really flies, let me tell you what. But this is where we returned the truck. I didn't move down here with my wife. I met her down here, but I moved down with a girlfriend at the time. And this is where we returned the truck. And actually, I'm walking down here to show you where we lived in a real shithole for several weeks before we found and bought the first house down here. It was a little trailer. I don't know if it's still there, because it was like a piece of crap 20 years ago. I'll be surprised if it's still here. And oh my God, sketchy. But you know what? It was one of the only places to find without, being here, that was short-term rental that took multiple pets. Pretty tough to find, at least 20 years ago, places like that. So yeah, couldn't wait to get out of here. This here was a Kmart at the time. Kmart was still thriving 20 years ago. And now it's a car dealership parking lot. In between, it was closed for many years, but in between, it was a huge country bar. I'm not a country music fan. I'm sorry if you are. I went here with another girlfriend years ago, and it was actually pretty cool inside. It was really done up. And they had like a stage that was a semi-truck inside. It was really cool. They had a mechanical bull and all that kind of stuff. I mean, that was cool, and they had a huge bar. And I just don't care for the music or anything, but it was done up really nice. And then it closed again for many years. And then the Kia dealership, which is my Kia dealership right next door, bought it out, and they're using it as expansion. So that's really good. Oh, here it is. See the graffiti on the wall? Kind of reminds me of like the crappy neighborhood in Back to the Future. So let's go see if this place is still here. It's just a few in, right there somewhere. Holy crap, it's still here. I'm trying to remember exactly which one it was now. But I remember walking the dogs around this block here. One of these very first ones. It wasn't a double wide. I'm trying to remember. Was this it? No, it was a beige one. I'm trying to remember if it had a porch. Yeah, it wasn't that one because we didn't have a shed or anything. It's just a simple. Yep, there it is. It's the one right here with the weird paint on the roof. Oh my God. Nope, that's not it either. Oh, it is. They built whatever that is on the side there. They built that since. I don't know what that's all abandoned and f***ed up. Excuse my French. Wow. that was it. First place I ever lived in Florida. Times have changed. So all this is spurred on by a conversation last night. One of the guys that I'm meeting up in the mountains in a little bit here, Pat, called me up and we're going over some details about the trip. And he says, oh, I hope you don't think I'm not a real biker, but you know, we're showing up. 3 guys are coming with him. We're showing up with a big trailer because they're driving in 12 hours or so from Ohio. And I said, no, that's awesome. I wish I could do that. And then I'm thinking, wait a minute, why can't I do that? This is a trip where I can actually do that. Every other trip, every other kind of vacation I've done, whether it's on the motorcycle or car, has been going point to point. So I have to bring everything with me. It's not like I can do a trailer because there wouldn't be any point. I would be trailering the bike where I'm going. So it never made sense. But this time, since we're renting a cabin for a week and just doing day trips out from the cabin wherever we want to go, I mean, that makes perfect sense. Now here's the thing. I'm only doing this because riding a motorcycle, there are 2 times when I absolutely hate it. Long trips on the freeway, long, boring, straight roads. There is no enjoyment in that for me whatsoever. If you're the kind that loves that, you're doing the iron butts, and man, you could go cross country and just cruise out and sit there and veg for days. More power to you. That is the polar opposite of what I love about motorcycling. And the other is going through stop and go traffic. I mean, those 2 things, I hate it. Absolutely hate it. It's just nothing about it is fun to me. And when I'm cruising and just going for 9, 10, 11 hours on a freeway, all I'm doing is thinking about, wow, I am wasting so much money on these tires. Because that's really all I'm doing. I'm just completely burning out the tires, putting in nice flat spots, especially since I just got a new set put on, not even a week old now. I don't want to ruin those tires. This way, I'm bringing the bike up. I don't have to use the trunk all the time, which I wouldn't need to anyway. It's not a factor of the trailer. But I'm going to get up there with perfect tires. I'm going to ride all the roads I want to with perfect tires. And then I come home and I'm preserving those perfect tires. I'm saving, realistically about 10% of the total wear on the tires, but really about 50%, because the only wear that I put on that last set of PR4 GTs were the trips up and down from the mountains. Those are it. They were wearing completely evenly, and I had thousands of miles left on the other parts of the tread. It's just those center flat sections from the 11-hour back and forth one-way trips on the freeway that wears those things out. We don't have to worry about that now. So the trailer rental is insanely cheap. $134 for 8 days. I think I'm going to get it for 9 just to give me some leeway, but under 15 bucks a day. That more is paid. It's paid for itself, just in tire wear alone. So I'm really excited about that. Plus, you know what? When you're just vegging out and cruising on the freeway, I'm sorry, but I will take a car over a motorcycle any day. Give me some air conditioning, give me just sitting back, relaxing, give me some road food, give me a more comfortable environment. I don't care what bike it is. If you want to say I'm not a real biker, fine by me. I don't care. I'm having fun and using the bike where it's really shining, and that's not just cruising on the free. I'm not a freeway cruiser. I don't get it. I don't understand why anybody really loves it. So I don't have to tell you. That's it. And there we go. I'm excited. This trip just got a lot more fun. See ya.